Back in from the break, folks, on the hottest show on the streets, in my own words, with yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine on a Friday. For the caller that was just trying to call in before the break, call in the second call segment right after this. Just call in, call back in the second call segment. Still waiting on caller number 9 to get this commemorative autograph print of Trent Richardson from the 2012 BCS title game off the 2011 season. But we go on over to the In My Own Words hotline, where we pick up a former Alabama safety and a Super Bowl champion who is a blessed father of 4. We got the man from Prattville, Roman Harper. Brother, what's going on?
I'm doing well. Just kind of relaxing, man. Just trying to take in the day, get ready for the July weekend.
Appreciate having you on here on the show, Roman. And first and foremost, my man, a huge congratulations to you in fatherhood, baby number 4. Kudos to you and your wife. How is parenthood for the 4th time around treating you thus far?
It never gets easier. Team No Sleep is real. And I just know I got to get to 6 months, man. I've done this before. I just got to keep believing that I can keep doing it. The kids are adjusting, they're older, and everybody's really just loving on soul as much as they can. And it's been good. It's a unique experience. No kid is ever the same. And he's actually pretty good. He's not a bad baby at all.
We got Roman Harper here on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, former Crimson Tide safety, played from 2002 to 05 and a Super Bowl champion in 2009 with the New Orleans Saints. And speaking of the Saints here, Roman, you were one of those guys that came to Alabama at a time where it was not popular, and you set those building blocks in motion for success, especially in your senior year. But then you go to New Orleans, you hook up with Sean Payton, with Drew Brees, and you guys start to hone in on a winning culture there as well. When you got the Hall of Fame invitation to go in, what were the emotions like? What were the feelings like? You getting a chance to go into the Hall of Fame for an organization that you helped bring success to?
Well, I was excited. It's always a pleasure and honor to be in any kind of thing, ring or greatness, or anytime you have any kind of accolades. It's always a blessing. I was extremely honored. But just to be honest, it was not a surprise. It was not a shock. It was, all the guys that I played with had all made it in and done some things. So it was good to actually be able to do that. But I'm just really looking forward to really just celebrating my parents, everybody that really poured in the room, allowing them to actually be celebrated on too, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be there. And then also the guy that I get to go in with Jari Evans, one of my best friends from the NFL, part of my classmates, and hopefully he's going to be the guy that's going to get the real gold jacket going to the real Hall of Fame, and really help solidify our class as one of the better draft classes throughout the NFL in the last 30 years.
For a minute here, Roman, just take me back to that 2009 Super Bowl season that you had. I know you had, 102 tackles, but it just seems like everything clicked, not just on offense, but on defense. Players were having fun. You were running around the field, knocking guys' heads off, making plays. Just what were some of the best memories from that Super Bowl season?
It was never a memory on the field. All the best memories we had were completely off the field. That team, we partied hard, we played hard, we hung tight. It was great, and it was also before all of the social media stuff, so everybody was all engaged all the time. There was no, we're all hanging out and somebody's on the phone, and we all hung out, and those are the best times. And to me, I feel like the best teams are always the ones that have the best relationships, and you're willing to go just a little bit more for the person beside you when you love that person, when you care about them. Like you actually care about what they feel about you. So I think that is what I take back, is all the relationships and the people that I call brothers from that team and from that 09 season, how tight we all have stayed, how we all get back together and we can just kick it right back up like we've never missed a beat.
Folks, if you're just tuning in to the show on a Friday, we got former Alabama safety Roman Harper, who played from 2002 to 05 on the line. Also Super Bowl champion with the New Orleans Saints in 2009. Had a great 11-year career in the pros. And Roman, being a native of Prattville, What made you say yes to the University of Alabama? I mean, what made this program comfortable for you to give your yes and come play in Tuscaloosa? What sold you on Tide football?
All right, so three things. I didn't grow up in Alabama State. My parents went to Alabama State. Everybody knows that HBCU out of Montgomery, Alabama. So I didn't grow up in Alabama. All right, it comes down to three things. This is what it was based upon. You can tell what I'm thinking about as an 18-year-old kid. All right, number one, the colors were closer because I was going to stay within the state. My older brother just signed with Troy University. Troy State. My mom wanted me to stay close, so they could not have to travel so far, things like that. I was parents out, and so I was going to stay within the state. I had every school offer me. So Alabama's colors were similar to what I wore in Prattville, so I knew I looked good in it. Auburn's not so much. It was blue and orange. I just didn't know how I was going to look in it. That was one thing. Number two, Alabama was Nike at the time. Auburn was Russell Athletic. I felt like that was an upgrade. Like I had Russell Athletic in high school. I didn't want to have it in college. Even though they changed to a couple other things while I was in college. And then the third thing, I liked my DB coach, Chris Thurman, more than the DB coach at Auburn. He didn't seem like he really liked me that much. And he got fired the very next year. So it wouldn't even have mattered. But still, those are my deciding factors.
We got Roman Harper here on the line, former Alabama safety and Super Bowl champion with the New Orleans Saints here on the line. When you look at this upcoming season, Roman, when you talk Alabama football, especially on the defensive side, because you play defense, what are you looking at this year from those guys on defense? Who do you expect to see, or who would you like to see step up more on that side of the football?
Want to be able to take that next step and claim to be the great corner or the great player that you have all of the capability of doing. I think, that's just what I think. I think he's going to be the next guy that has to take that step. We also need to find somebody who can actually pressure the quarterback on a consistent basis up front. At the end of the day, Alabama has plenty of talent. They got tons of athletes. They're really good. They're fit. Say somebody's got to go out there and hit somebody and say, we're not going to allow this to happen anymore. That defense last year was not tough. They didn't stop anybody on third down, and teams did what they wanted. I know you still had some early draft picks and some guys this, that, and the other, but that defense is not good. And until Alabama's defense plays better consistently, they're not going to be able to stop teams. You can't go out there and beat every team scoring 30, 40 points, especially this year's offense. I don't see that happen. So I think Alabama defensively, they need to get a lot tougher, and they need to make somebody to where they can actually get some stops on third down as well, rushing the passer, and not playing so much, just man-to-man. I think they need to mix up some zone. They need to continue to grow defensively, I feel like.
Got to go challenge here for the Alabama team from Roman Harper. Got to get tougher, got to get nastier, got to get gritty there in the trenches and also in the back end, challenging one Patrick Surtain. But, Roman, so getting back to a defense that was tough, that was gritty, that was physical, and that was that 2005 defense that you played on, one of my favorite defenses of all time. I grew up watching, you guys, whether it was you, Freddie Roach, D'Amico Ryans, my man Rudy Griffin, Simeon Castilla. I mean, y'all were just flying around the football. And probably one of my favorite games was the Tennessee game that year where you had a huge forced fumble to help Alabama, get that game-winning field goal 6-3. Take me through that play, just a little bit of how you got at the right spot at the right time to pop the ball out the back of the end zone, forcing that fumble there.
Well, I've played so much football since then, it's really hard to tell you about one specific play. I would tell you that what I remember about the whole thing is this, all right? They ran a screenplay. I think that's probably the second time they had success on that same screenplay. It was a great play call by them. At the end of the day, I was just trying to run over there and get the guy down. I actually thought he ran me over because I didn't wrap up and I just shot at him. I didn't know he actually fumbled the ball. I just heard the crowd get loud. I know we were in Tennessee's end zone. That's where their fans are mostly at on that side. So I actually thought he ran me over for a touchdown. And then, I hear the crowd going kind of crazy. I get up and I look around like, we were celebrating. So I was just like, okay, I started celebrating too, not knowing exactly what had happened. And I got over to the sidelines, and I never forget this. This is what I remember the most. Anthony Madison, my teammate, the cornerback, played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's my boy, and won a Super Bowl. Just let y'all know that too. So we're getting there. We look at the Jumbotron because we trying to figure out what happened in the play. And Anthony was like, somebody knocked the ball out. So I was like, who knocked it out? I did not know because I thought he ran me over. And then look on the Jumbotron, it was me. And I was like, whoa, that was me. And he's like going all crazy. Like he said, man, that's going to be a Daniel Moore print right there. That's what he said. And lo and behold, it was. I never thought about that, but he told me right there, right after it. And then it wouldn't have mattered if Brody didn't go down there, hook up with DJ Hall for a deep, long pass. Jamie Christian kicking it in for a last-second field goal pretty much to steal it for us. So it was a total team thing at the end. But we always had to play great defense back then. We had no offense. It's not like today. If we had a team where we had 20, 30 points every game, we probably went undefeated because our defense was that good.
So, Roman, for me, when you look at guys that come from Alabama, the University of Alabama, and trying to go to the NFL and carve out, a big career, you played 11 years in the league. What's the biggest advice you would give an athlete coming from Alabama trying to have a strong pro career?
Number one is make sure you're ready. I think we have way too many guys sometimes that think they're ready, and I think they could stay and continue to build their draft stock. So you got to understand, it's not that the goal is not to get drafted. The goal is to have a career, and that means doing it for longer and being successful for longer, not just being a quick splash guy. So if you're drafted in the first or the second round, teams are monetarily more invested in you. So they're going to allow you to make more mistakes. You're going to have a little bit more leadway. They expect you to come in and start. So, and once you get there, you get a little bit more. I already said you get a little bit more leeway, but now you're able to get a little bit more tread on the tires, and you cannot be a repeat offender. So if you mess up in one thing, you can't be messing up on the same thing week after week. You got to continue to show improvement. And I think that is the thing where it is. You can't just get there and think, oh, man, I arrived. What do you do once you get there? You got to continue to grow, continue to evolve your game, continue to see what makes you tick, and you just got to make those things happen. I think Eddie Jackson is on his way to be a really good player in this league, but he's not going to have every season where he has 7 turnovers either. But Eddie Jackson is another guy that's really starting to figure some things out. But I want to see guys continue to grow and grow. I don't care about the ones that are in the league. I'm talking about the guys at Alabama now. Hey, you guys make sure when you're ready to leave, you're ready to leave. I understand that. Support every single one of these guys. But some of these guys that left early, that got drafted in the 3rd or 4th round, they could have went back another year and still continue to improve their draft stock. So now they would be much more, going on that path of being much more of a career. The stats of NFL guys, the average career is 3 years, right? 3 years. But if you get drafted in those first 2 rounds, that average career time goes up to 7 years. That's lifetime. That's a 2nd, 3rd contract. That's when the real money kicks in, not your rookie deal. That's fluff. It costs to be in the NFL. But that 2nd, 3rd contract is when you can really start to generate some longevity in your career, and also generational wealth, being able to have something to give to your family and your kids.
He's dropping knowledge bombs here on the show. He's former Alabama safety Roman Harper and Super Bowl champion with the New Orleans Saints, joining us live here on a Friday, helping us out, talking Crimson Tide football. Roman, we appreciate you. Be good, be safe, man. Congrats to you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Roll Tide, everybody out there.
Always fun to get a chance to talk with one Roman Harper, former Alabama safety and Super Bowl champion. Folks, we're going to take another break here on the show, but go ahead right now. Be in the call-in queue, because upon our return, we dive into more of your phone calls, your thoughts, your questions, your chats, your tweets, your concerns. Still looking for caller number 9 to give away this commemorative print of former Alabama running back Trent Richardson. We're talking Bama football, and we're doing it after this.
T-Town Menswear in the University Mall in Tuscaloosa. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.